Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a really quick work log, and it is a desk mod that you can do at home, provided you have a desk that accommodates it, and by the way, most desks will. But we are adding an audio port to make a headphone jack a little bit more accessible from the PC on my desk. Let's go. Alright, so before I just give you the really quick view of what I'm doing here, I am installing an audio jack in the bottom part here of my desk, except it's actually going to be over this way. And the reason for that is, if you notice my mixer back here, I normally run my headphones, which I have hanging off the side of my desk, but they normally connect to my mixer and then the cable just runs straight over in front of the keyboard. And like most headphones, the audio in is on the left side, so I want my port to be on the left side of my desk, and by running it to about here, it will keep this cable out of my way while I'm gaming and make everything just a little bit more comfortable for me, and it will eliminate a little bit of cable clutter running across my desk. So the way that this is going to work is I've got this extension cable, and it's going to run from my mixer back behind the desk, and it is then going to run below the desk, and it's going to pop out through a hole that I'm about to drill right here. The tools that I'm going to be using for the job are pretty obvious. I've got a drill bit set, and obviously with the drill bit set you need the drill itself. Then on top of that there is some hot glue here, and that is for securing the audio port. Hopefully it's a pretty snug fit anyways and I won't need that. I've also got some super glue just in case I decide I need that. And the last thing I have, and this is key, and these are super cheap. You can get them at Walmart or really any hardware store at all. But these are these little loops. And there's the focus, kind of. So these little loops just screw into the bottom of the desk. And then you can loop cable ties through them, and that'll help secure the cabling under my table, which I already have several of these. That secures the cabling under the table. That way, I don't have all these cables just sort of hanging down below the desk looking ugly. So without further ado, it should be a pretty straightforward project. Let's just go ahead and hop straight into it. Okay, so couple things that I want to highlight here. Let me get this ISO way turned down. So obviously through the video you should have noticed, or you probably noticed, I ended up using a hammer for this. And the reason for that is, if I can get it, there we go. The reason for that is that hole was just barely a good size for this port. So, and because it had this particular cable has just a solid metal casing around it, I used a piece of just paper towel, and I was able to use that to make my hammer more like a mallet, and then just tap it in there and make it virtually flush. And let me tell you, this thing is not going anywhere because it is wedged in there. I will have a hard time ever getting that out. On the other side, you probably couldn't see it quite as well. The cable does run back, and there's a couple zip tie points to keep the cable out of the way. Yes, my cabling down here is a little bit of a rat's nest, but it's all strapped up pretty high. So from ground level, you don't really see any of the cabling. And then it comes out from around the behind and just plugs straight into the mixer here. And the nice thing about this cable is it's plenty long that if I ever move my cabling around, I can either add an extension to it, or I can always just take off this zip tie down here, and I can always extend the cable to its full length if I need to. But I am super happy right now with how this came out. I will say that, there we go. The drill bit did sort of chip off some of the black paint around that. So at some point I may even go over that and touch that up, and make that a little bit cleaner looking. But other than that, I cannot complain about anything that this project, or how this project turned out. It should make it really simple for me to just access my audio from my mixer by just taking this cable here, my lovely thing there, and just plugging it straight in there, and I should have audio going straight to my headphones, which is just a super, super bomb little thing to have on this desk. Really, really easy mod. The only thing you really needed, or the only thing I ended up needing, was my drill bits. And depending on your luck with your drill bit sizes, you may need some sort of like glue to put on the back end. I was really happy that I could just go ahead and tap that in there and didn't have to worry about it. Your mileage may vary. Okay, so that desk mod is done and finished. If you like this type of video, go ahead and give me a like down below. Also hit that subscribe button. It helps me out tons. Also, if you want to interact with me on a more social and personal level, go ahead and follow me on Twitter @HoosierHardware. Until next time, I guess I'll just see you in the next video.